Indie Beacon Radio with host B. Alan Bourgeois. Welcome to Indie Beacon Radio, where creative souls can find help in marketing their creations. You can send questions for each show on Twitter using the hashtag IndieBeacon. Now sit back and enjoy learning about our guest for this show.
Howdy and welcome to Indie Beacon Radio. This is your host, B. Alan Bourgeois. We have with us an author who's prolific in her writing and her also career. Her name is Shree. Welcome, Shree.
Hi, hello.
So you start off as an IT professional. You've written a lot of journals and paperwork and all that fun stuff, which is all technical. So how did that end up leading into a fictional line of books?
Well, yes, that has happened not very in a planned manner, but I actually have stayed in India and UK, so I'm actually British as citizen. When I moved to USA in 2014, I was looking for a job, and meanwhile I started to pen down my writings into a form of a book. And and then I thought, okay, maybe I can get published. So that's how it all started, because from my childhood I was interested in writing. My mother is a writer who inspired me to write in my school magazines, local newsletters and everything. And I was really encouraged when my classmates and my teachers patted my back with appreciation of my job. So I just kept writing in an amateurish way. But in 2015, at end of 2015, I really thought that I can publish some of my stories which I have written. So that's when I put together the collection of short stories into a form of book, which is Secret Expressions, 2 stories. It was published by iUniverse in 2015. And it got some great reviews. And since then, I didn't look back, and I kept on trying different genres, whichever came into my way. And, I published in several national and international magazines. My books were launched in one of the biggest international book fair, Kolkata in India. And also, I got entered into several writing contests, and I won quite a few of them. And the biggest one was winning the quarterfinals of the Screencraft Hollywood Cinematic Short Story Contest in 2017. So that gave me a boost for, carry on with my writing career. And then my work got recognized in the Americas, and the World Directory of Literature got my name into their organization, and I was awarded a certificate in 2018, which you can see in this poster. And this year, actually, it started off really great for me. On the 1st of January, I got to know that I've been awarded the Author of the Year 2019 for exceptional contribution to the global literature. And soon after that, within a couple of weeks, I was also honored with the Voice of Indian Literature in the global field and Inspiring Author of 2020.
That's a lot of great certificates and awards and accomplishments and stuff like that. You mentioned that your first book was 2015. You were here in the United States at that time. So was that originally published as an American style novel, or was it different, published as an Indian style? Because I know there's a slight difference there between the two styles of publishing.
Yes, I actually found out that my writing was a bit multicultural, because I'm an Indian by birth, but I've stayed in UK for 10 years. And obviously now I'm residing in USA. So I a bit of mix everything into my writing so that I can reach out to the people all over the globe. when I published my first book, my backdrop was the protagonist was obviously Indian character, but the writing style was, which will be acceptable in USA, because I had my editor who was guiding me, advising me to write in the style which will be acceptable in this country as well.
So in so doing that, are you finding what is your major audience? What are you trying to go for? Is it the American English style or the UK, or are you trying to go for the Indian style? I mean, it's curious because, granted, there is a lot of overlay between the two, but sometimes one wants to go to their home base versus the adopted country and stuff. So what are you feeling yourself comfortable with?
Yes, obviously I'm comfortable in writing from, I get something from my own culture and community, definitely. But, staying out of India for such a long time, I have kind of naturalized into the global audience as well. So I kind of get a vibe of what kind of writing they can write. And I have come to know that in UK and USA, the content is most important. The content is the king, rather than using, very what will I say, high quality vocabulary or something, very high
High
quality.
caliber.
That's what it is. The vocabulary, the content is the key. So I follow that basically.
So you mentioned your first book was short stories. What was the basic theme on those short stories?
Well, they were on the social issues. It was dealt with. I have two short stories in the first collection of my book, and they both dealt with social issues, but which also included some complicated emotions involved in the protagonist, and how they handle it eventually, how their life is impacted.
And then the second book was what?
The second book was Silent Invaders, and that is the book which I have got through to the quarterfinals of the Hollywood Cinematic Story Contest.
Now, if I understand correctly, there's a total of 8 books you've done?
Sorry?
There's a total of 8 books that you have done?
Yeah, as of now, it's now 11, and I'm counting because I have already submitted a few more manuscripts, and they are on the way of publishing.
So that's basically a book every 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
How did you manage to do that?
I would say my solo books are, you can count as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 English solo books and 1 in my language, Bengali, so 6. And the others are basically contributing to the anthologies, like poems or short stories or flash fictions, articles. So I'm counting all together.
Okay. So that's fair. One a year is good, for your solo books and stuff. You have no books currently going on, but you have some projects. We have a couple minutes left. Is there one project in particular you want to talk about?
Yes, of course. I have recently launched my personal website. It was launched in November 2019, but pretty soon it was accepted pretty well, and I got good response from people from all over the globe, and their encouragement has actually urged me to add more pages to my website, where I am now actually doing book promotions and helping fellow authors who are interested to promote their books and projects through my website. I've also collaborated with a book marketing firm in Arizona called the Book Club, and helping them to promote the books of indie authors. And the next one that I'm doing is I'm trying to form a literary group, of course, of talented writers in Houston from my community, where they can, you know, get encouragement and promote their works and projects which they are trying to do.
And all of that, I'm sure, is taking up a lot of your time, and so it's a good thing.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, the writing and that, believe me, I'm right there with you. I understand all that. We are at a point where I need to take a break and let our sponsors do their thing, and we'll be right back.
The 5th Annual Authors Marketing Event is coming to Granbury, Texas, July 24th through the 27th. Join us and learn from the professionals how to properly market and sell yourself and your books. Go to ame.authorsmarketingguild.com for all the details. That's ame.authorsmarketingguild.com.
I'm Rox Berkey.
And I'm Charles Brakefield. We're award-winning co-authors, Brakefield and Berkey, of the Enigma book series. There are 10 books in the series, with book number 11 planned for release in January 2020.
Each story has a central technology focus ranging from identity theft to cryptocurrency and now AI wars. These adult techno thrillers pit cyber good guys against cyber thugs across the darknet.
In our world, technology is today's weapon of choice. You can enjoy ebook format, paper, or Audible. We want your feedback.
Until the next story, thank you.
Thanks.
Well, hello there, my friends. My name is Randy James, independent voiceover producer in the Dallas, Texas area, available to write and record a 30-second commercial, much like the one you're hearing right now. It's a great way to help increase awareness and exposure to your book title. It's easy to do. Simply call me and we'll brainstorm on a few ideas, and in a few hours, I'll whip something up and send you a digital file ready to use. Remember, call or text me, Randy James, at 214-762-1942. Join award-winning author Ari Brish presenting his book Lay an Egg and Make Chicken Soup at the Lone Star Festival, a Texas-sized event at the Event Complex in Seguin, Texas on May 30th, 2020. Check out the lineup of authors, artists, and bands at lonestar.bookfestival.network, sponsored by Authors Marketing Guild. City of Seguin, Texas, Dear Texas, IndieLector.store, and HEB. Welcome back to Indie Beacon Radio. Don't forget to like us, follow us, or subscribe to one of our many channels. Now, here is your host for today's show.
Welcome back to Indie Beacon Radio. This is your host, Alan Bourgeois, and I am with Shree, who has written several books and has participated in several anthologies. Shree, you have mentioned a lot of your books and the awards you've done, but you also do motivational speaking, correct?
Yes, I do.
Tell us a little bit about that.
I was approached by a few organizations in Houston to inspire workers and learners with some real life stories of mine. Recently, I have attended a motivational speech event for adult education center, where the students' age range from 26 to 68. And most of them are very, very scared to continue their education, and they are extremely flummoxed to find out and identify what they actually want to be in the future, or how they want to carry on their career. So over there, I have spoken about how I have come across my journey as a technical career in IT field, and also a journey as a writer. What are the struggles or hurdles I have to cross through? And I have tried to inspire them to be focused and be fearless and just go ahead and do whatever they find interesting.
So I'm guessing here, but I'm pretty confident in this, that the fact that you started there in India, went to the UK for 10 years, and then made a move to the United States, and you've been here about 5 years at least, or six, that in itself shows your determination to continue to grow and to develop. Is that right?
Yes, of course. I
And
mean,
you,
being in a new country, in a new culture, adjusting there, finding the way of life, and getting into the society, being one of them, is a hurdle by itself. So that is definitely mentioned in my speeches.
yeah, because I can imagine not only is the UK experience in your community different than the US, and each one has their own little synchronicities and odd
Of
things and stuff
course,
like
of
that.
course.
So
Yes, they are all different countries, all different culture, different society, different people. The approach is different. So every time in a different continent, I had to recreate myself to fit into the society.
and then, of course, going from the IT professional aspect to being a writer, you've recreated yourself again. So,
Yes, yes, of course.
so that's a good question. How many times do you think you've recreated yourself?
Big question. I think I do it honestly to be every day, because I learn new things every day. Every day is a school day for me, and every person is a textbook. So I keep on learning. I keep on changing according to the situation, and that is change is progress for me. If I don't change, I don't progress.
Yeah, and there's always constant change, especially in the writing industry. When I was a publisher, I actually published two books for people who lived in India, and that was totally different. It was designed for the U.S. or the European market versus the Indian market. So it was very challenging, a lot of fun. Excuse me. Have you taken any of your books and translated them into your home language, or have you felt that you didn't need to do that?
Yes, actually, I have a plan for that in future. But as of now, since English has been my first language all through my academic career, I have picked up that language because that is global. So I can reach more people with that language. I have written some books in my mother tongue, Bengali, but again, that I cannot promote in the global literature world. So I need people who will understand the language. But eventually in the future, maybe I will translate some of my works, or some of the great works of great writers as well, which who come from my country. So that is definitely in the pipeline.
Is your home language limited to a certain region of India? Is it a general language? Give us a little education on that.
Yes, India, as you know, is a vast country and is very diverse. So it has almost 28 languages that I'm talking about, completely different scripts, different grammars, different syntaxes. So it is very difficult. Generally, we grow up listening to about 2 to 3 languages. Many people know 4 or 5 languages, and that is very normal, because to fit into the different states, if you go, India is a very good place for tourism as well. And if you go to different states where people don't speak any language other than their native ones, in that case, it is good to have knowledge of different languages. Although English is a language which is used in general, and Hindi is the national language. So if you know Hindi and English, including your mother tongue, maybe you can survive. But some of the remote states, they don't speak any languages other than the native language. So that there it is different.
And that presents the challenge of publishing and stuff, being able to find that
Absolutely.
one language that, as you said, can incorporate as many people as possible and stuff.
Mhm.
Um, Are you working or have you got any plans for any books coming up?
Sorry.
Do you have any plans or thoughts on a new book?
Yes, I have been approached to do a narrative, so we are working on that. I actually also do reviews, so I have quite a few books pending which I can review. So I'm actually trying to promote those through my website as well. But narrative is a new genre which I'm trying to get into now.
Okay. And speaking of narrative, are any of your books available in audiobooks?
Hello. I cannot hear you.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, yeah, the system kind of messed up there. The question I have for you is, you mentioned the narrative. So are there any audiobooks that your books are currently in?
The audiobooks I have not thought about as of now, but yes, nowadays listening is new reading, they say. So that is becoming more popular in the busy schedule of everybody's life. So yes, maybe I can think about that, but no, I haven't done any as of now.
Okay, well, hopefully in the near future, some of them will be in there and stuff, or your new books as they're coming
I
out.
hope so, yes.
Yeah, that is a challenge, but it's well worth it in the long run. We are at that point where we do need to take a break and let our sponsors do their thing. We'll be right back.
Thank you for watching or listening to Indie Beacon Radio. Our sponsor, IndieLector.store, is the only bookstore that pays authors their fair share for book sales. Help authors to succeed and enjoy a great book by supporting them at IndieLector.store. Enjoy a 10% discount with coupon code SHOPPER20 at IndieLector.store. Coupon valid until December 31st, 2020. That's IndieLector.store, coupon code SHOPPER20.
What would you do if you had to put your life on hold to care for a loved one? I'm Charlotte Kenyon, award-winning author of the book, You Have to Laugh to Keep from Crying, How to Parent Your Parents. That was a question I had to ask myself some 16 years ago, and you'll have to ask the same question. I had a father-in-law with dementia, a mother with Alzheimer's, and a dad with Parkinson, all at the same time.
We Fiction is a fun, fast-paced writing contest for any author team to create a book based on what readers submit for plot, characters, locations, and even plot twists. Learn more about this unique contest at wefiction.dearindie.org.
Authors Marketing Guild is a membership-owned organization designed to help authors succeed and learn how to better market and sell themselves and their books. Join us at authorsmarketingguild.com and receive so many benefits you'll wonder why you didn't join sooner. That's authorsmarketingguild.com.
Welcome back to Indie Beacon Radio. Don't forget to like us, follow us, or subscribe to one of our many channels. Now, here is your host for today's show.
And welcome back to Indie Beacon Radio. This is your host, Alan Bourgeois, and I have with us today Shree, who has written a whole bunch of books and is doing a lot of things in the writing community, as well as speaking and motivation speaking and things of that nature. Earlier, you mentioned, Shree, your website. Go ahead and tell us exactly what the website address is.
Yes, Alan, I have recently launched my website, as I've already said, and the URL is meanderingthoughtswithshree.wordpress.com. It actually began with a single page website, just all about me, what I have done so far, but getting encouragement from all my readers and followers. I have begun to upgrade that website into several other pages. For example, some news update and archives, because I'm getting contacted for events like motivational speech, lectures on crafts of writing and how I personally perceive writing. on book promotions, on my literary group, which I'm one of the pioneers and trying to work hard for the community writers, and also about book promotion of the indie authors from the book club in Arizona. So, and maybe now I'm going to add another page which will deal with the regional languages, the projects within regional languages from India. So that is also in the pipelines. That is, I'm building that page currently, and that will help the people from India over here in Houston who are wanting to do their projects but didn't get much opportunity because of their language. So I'm trying to help them as well.
Great. You mentioned your website. If you would please say the name one more time.
Yes, sure. It is https meandering thoughts with Shree.wordpress.com.
Great. We'll have it on the screen when we edit. You mentioned also the book club in Arizona. Are you going to be at the Tucson Book Festival?
No, but I am planning to attend some festivals in near future. And I have seen some festivals which you are promoting as well all around Texas. So I'm keeping an eye on it. As and when it is possible, I will definitely attend. One of my challenges currently is I have a very young family. I have 3 little boys. Set of twins who are 3 years old and another younger boy, 18 months old. So pretty busy. I work in odd hours when the boys are sleeping or nobody's around. It's difficult to find that time out, but I'm still trying to do that. And that's why I'm trying to work as much from home. That's why I'm taking up writing, which is also my passion, which I enjoy doing. So that is something which I'll be able to do from home. And I'm not being able to go out at the moment much, but definitely I would love to attend the book festivals, which I did before the boys, but now there is a little bit of halt, but I will definitely be there again.
Well, take it from somebody who's written many books myself, writing is a great therapeutic process. So having those young kids, you're going to need as much therapy as you can do, so write as much as you can.
Yes.
Well, I want to thank you for being with us. Our time is up, and we wish you the best of luck.
Well, thank you so much for having me, Alan.
Thank you for listening to Indie Beacon Radio, where creative souls can find help in marketing their creations. To learn more about Indie Beacon services, to be a guest on the show, or to advertise on our show, please visit our website.
Indie Beacon Radio with the host, B. Alan Bourgeois. Indie Beacon Radio is produced by B. Alan Bourgeois for Authors Marketing Guild, LLC, copyright 2020. Voiceover by Randy James, Lydia Bello, and B. Alan Bourgeois. To be a sponsor of the show or for more information, please email us at info@authorsmarketingguild.com. To be interviewed for the show, please complete the form at radio.authorsmarketingguild.com. Music Always Rejoice by Ramcord